actually, one of the questions was, how can we change our morning inner narrative to set up for a successful day?
It was just meant to be today. Yeah. Well, first, what is your morning narrative? Before we change, before we change what's there, we need to see what's there. So what is it? What are you telling yourself? It's a good place to get it on paper, or talk to a coach, or just talk to your partner, friend, whatever. Just get it out. Like, what is that inner dialogue right now? And I think a lot of times we don't even ask ourselves, what do I want it to be? And just remember, it's a practice. A routine is a practice. And so think about, even if it doesn't change right away, it's something you want to choose to practice. So what do you want it to be? And then start practicing it.
Yeah, that's really good. It also makes me think of gratitude. And if you're not sure where to start, what you want it to be, start with gratitude. Start with thinking about the things in your life that you are excited for and you're grateful for. And it could be just like, there's oftentimes my gratitude journal says, I'm grateful for coffee and oat vanilla creamer. Just a simple, small thing. So you can start with anything. I would suggest writing at least 3 things that you're grateful for every day and kind of working from there. And then you'll start to pay attention to the smaller little things in the day and incorporate that joy into your day. And I think that can help formulate what you want that narrative to be as well. Because, gratitude and joy shift so much within ourselves. And so when we start to really take time to acknowledge and let those parts take root in us and not just be fleeting things that we see but really a deep acknowledgement, it can help shift that narrative or help create that narrative that we want to have for the day.
Yeah, I also am a really big fan of a to-be list. So not oftentimes we're in our morning, we're thinking about everything we need to do, people you're meeting with, all the to-dos. So purposely practice not writing your to-do list. Maybe you find a better time to write it than your morning, and write a to-be list. Who do you want to be? I know our CTEDU model is learn, be, do. And oftentimes, gratitude, very much connected to being and how we show up, but also just looking at who do I want to be by the end of the day? What do I want to say about how I showed up in my sessions, how I showed up with my kids, how I showed up in the line at the post office, just those little things, because then that changes what we do. And so if you look at who do I want to be first, then it's going to make there's going to be more flow into what you need to do. Because the reality is we have things we need to do, but oftentimes our inner dialogue is, we don't have time for that. This is going to go wrong. Oh, they're going to show up not knowing their agenda again. But if you look at who you're going to be, how are you going to respond? It's going to change the energy of your day.
Yeah, that's really good. It makes me think it would be cool at night to do a learn, be, do journal by yourself of what did I learn about myself today? Or what did I even learn in general? Was there something even a knowledge-based thing that was a cool learning? Who was I today? How did I show up in these different areas of my life? Who do I want to be tomorrow? How do I want to grow from what I experienced today? And what do I want to do tomorrow that maybe I wasn't able to get done today? Or what did today inspire for me to do tomorrow? That could be kind of cool. I've never done something like that, but I'm maybe I need to start doing that. That's nice.
Yeah. Hey, CTU can come out with a little PDF coaches can print,
Yeah.
Journal.
I know we used to have the
the habit tracker.
Yes, the 5 habit tracker. Tracker.
Habits in.
Track your habits here. But I remember when that came out, because that came out I think in 2015 or 16.
Yeah, I remember we got them at the conference. Were you with us? I don't know if you were.
I came for a day of that conference. Yeah. So we probably met then. That's weird.
That's before you worked for CTEDU, right?
Right. Yeah, I had just done the program. Yeah, everyone. So, we're hopeful to have a CTEDU conference at some point. We've been talking about it for a while. It would be so fun to get everyone together and for people to get to meet each other. I was just connecting with some coaches recently. One of them, she's coming from Europe to the States this summer, and she's going to be staying with a couple of the coaches that were in her in her class.
Oh, wow. That's
Traveling with them a
amazing.
little bit. Yeah. And so it's really, really neat. I would encourage you, if you're in your classes and you haven't already, like, connect with the coaches in your community in the class, like outside of class, and get to know them. They're just like fabulous, fabulous humans in our programs. And there's opportunity for a really strong network, and also just support and encouragement and challenge, and like the practicing that Hannah's talking about, like becoming confident as a coach and growing in your coaching ability. Like, there's so many people in our community that want to connect and grow and practice with each other, so that's a really great opportunity for that too.